Hello, I'm Tara Smith, Vice President for Programs for CFES Brilliant Pathways, Project Director for our Gear Up grant, and a Program Director for CFES schools located in Hawaii and upstate New York. Welcome to the Essential Skills session of our virtual College and Career Readiness Advisor Training for families. During this session, we will introduce 6 essential skills that we believe are vital in guiding students to and through their pathway to college and career. We will share examples of the integration of essential skills in a college setting and demonstrate how these skills translate into a career setting. We will also provide a sample activity as an example of how skill development can be simple and fun. The essential skills are one of our 3 core practices. The 6 essential skills include goal setting, teamwork, leadership, agility, perseverance, and networking. These skills are interconnected, overlapping, and indispensable when preparing students for success. Let's take a closer look at their definitions. CFES Brilliant Pathways focuses on 3 core practices in order to help our students become college and career ready: mentoring, pathways to college and career, and essential skills. Essential skills are skills that we know students need to develop and be able to apply in situations as they navigate their pathway to college and onto career. The essential skills include goal setting, teamwork, leadership, agility, perseverance, and networking. Let's hear a little bit more about them.
Goal setting is one of our essential skills. A goal is a desired result that you envision and commit to achieve. The skills of goal setting means you identify what you want and you are proactive in achieving it. Goal setting for our CFES scholars is crucial as they forge their pathway to college and career readiness.
Leadership is the skill of taking charge of your own future, but also empowering others to do the same. We believe that there are multiple types and styles of leadership, and that every student has the capacity to be a leader.
Teamwork is the skill of collaborating with others to achieve a common goal. Teamwork is all around us, at home, at school, and with our peers. We can accomplish bigger and better things when we work together.
Perseverance is the determination to overcome challenges to achieve your goals. When something sets you back and you decide to keep pushing forward, even though it would be easier to quit, that's perseverance.
Networking is the skill of turning someone you know, like a teacher or community member, into a supporter. These connections can encourage students to achieve their goals and then guide them along their way.
Agility is the ability to adapt and be responsive to changing circumstances. Sometimes in life, big things change and it can be difficult. Seeing these challenges as an opportunity or an adventure, now that's agility.
As a higher ed professional and college access advocate, you've really dedicated your career to assisting motivated students whose academic and financial circumstances would make them otherwise unable to attend college. So given your focus on supporting students throughout that process, can you share your thoughts about how the CFES essential skills, goal setting, teamwork, leadership, agility, perseverance, and networking really support students in their pathway to and persistence through college?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the essential skills that you just highlighted are all things that students need and oftentimes will start to develop once they get to college and they kind of figure it out. Maybe they hit some bumps in the road. But oftentimes it's not the academics that hold students back or prevent them from being successful in college. It's these skills. with the students that we work with, they go through a 5-week summer program, and that's where we start to hone in and kind of build up our students essential skills to help them be prepared for what it's going to be like in the fall. Is it always successful? No. But the students that tend to pick it up quickest are the students who have been exposed to it in high school. And so I think it's great that CFES does this and makes this a priority, because again, it's not, college is hard, but students generally, if they're admitted into the institution, like, they have the academic capabilities to be successful, but college is more than just academics. And so having a strong foundation in these skills helps to make their college experience much smoother. The students who haven't been exposed to it, who have oftentimes just, gotten by based on their smarts, I guess you would say, those are the students that tend to struggle. As soon as something goes wrong, they tend to fall apart because they don't have, the agility, the goal setting, the perseverance. And then we have to kind of like, all right, now you've hit a roadblock, let's start to build up some of these skills and use this experience to make sure that you're stronger going forward.
So, you've spent the majority of your career working with students kind of in the field of inclusion and access and success. How would you say you've been able to nurture the essential skills in your students so that they are college and career ready? I know you were saying that it's so much of their success relies on non-academic skills. And I'm just curious how you specifically have been able to kind of nurture that in students, and what advice you might be able to provide to others to help kind of cultivate these skills in students now.
Absolutely. So the first thing is authenticity. I think so much in this country, in this world, in our students' lives is not authentic. And students are smarter than a lot of times than adults give them credit for. So I think about the admissions process and how like admissions officers are only going to highlight our school's so great and we have the top 5 majors and these and this. That's great. And I understand that, it's the job of the admissions officer to, make students want to apply. But when you are authentic and real with the student, it helps to build trust. And having that trust is crucial for when you need to kind of give some tough love and hold students accountable. It's not always easy. It's not always comfortable for students to be held accountable. But if you've been authentic from the beginning and you've built a certain level of trust, it'll be easier when you have those uncomfortable moments. I try to meet students where they are, right? Like, especially working in HEOP, we have some students who come in with rocking skills and are have a wide variety of experiences. And then we have some students who have been sheltered and they just know math, science, history, and English and a foreign language. And that's been their experience. And so me trying to treat that student the same as a student who's had a breadth of experiences, it's not going to work. So meeting students where they are, in a one-on-one setting. It's not like if you have a class of 20 students you're working with, you can't do it in the middle of class, but having those one-on-one conversations and really allowing students to show you and tell you who they are, which will then help you to guide them. Every student's going to be different. I think oftentimes in higher ed, we like to place students in boxes. Like, if you're low income, this is your experience. If you're a student of color, this is your experience. I have students who are of the same ethnicity, same financial background, from the same high school, who are completely different individuals and have different lived experiences. And I think for folks in higher ed, but also on the K through 12 side, if we can stop putting students in boxes and just meet them where they are, we'll be able to help them a lot more than if we just kind of have this cookie cutter approach, which a lot of times, a lot of K through 12 is designed to be cookie cutter.
And so can you share some practical examples of how a CCR advisor can use the development of essential skills to help motivate, educate, and empower students?
Can you say that question again? It cut out.
Yeah, so sharing any sort of practical examples of how a person in a position to help empower and educate and motivate students, the people we are, training to be CCR advisors, how can they use the development of essential skills to really kind of leverage students in a positive way?
Yeah, so I think about like from the CCR side, right? They're 16, 17, 18 years old, and they're getting close to the end of their high school experience, and they're either applying for college or they're looking for jobs or going into the military, all of which can be an overwhelming experience, right? Like, this country expects teenagers to make life-altering decisions before their brains are fully developed. I remember being a 16, 17, 18-year-old and thinking I was an adult and I knew everything. And now 12, 14 years later, it's like, I knew nothing. And so, having a mentor, adult, a confidant, someone that a teenager can kind of look up to, helping them to build these skills will help smooth their transition, as whether they're applying for colleges, right? Like if a student has a foundation in goal setting, if they have the ability to work as a team member, if they have an understanding of what leadership is. A lot of time teenagers, they think leadership is being the boss, and that's not necessarily leadership. It's more nuanced than that. I think the agility piece can really help students deal with setbacks. And this is something that I've seen a lot with our students, is as soon as they have a setback, that could be a poor grade, that could be they ran for a student government position and they didn't win, and now their whole college experience is over. That could be losing a family member to illness. That could be this global pandemic. But having the agility and the perseverance skills to understand that, like, this is just one thing, what can I take away from it? These are skills that a lot of adults are missing. So if a 16, 17, 18-year-old can learn this, it's going to set them up to learn from mistakes, which is a really valuable skill, to be able to take a step back and approach from a different angle. And then the networking piece is, I try to explain to our students, like, the value of networking. Like, oftentimes it's not about what you've done, but who you know. And that's true in college. That's true after college. That's true if you're joined the military. That's true if you just joined the workforce. So as educators, if we can lay the foundation, like, right, you're never going to be able to fully prepare a student. That's unrealistic. I think the important part is laying the foundation so that they can continue to build on those skills on their own and take their lived experiences, whether they go to college or not, and continue to build those, because these foundations, these essential skills, literally are the foundations to being a functioning adult in this world. And so it's not like, I don't look at it as like college skills. They are life skills. And they will remember these skills more than they'll remember algebra, right? More than they'll remember, Revolutionary War history lesson. These are skills that are takeaways that will be with them the rest of their life.
Right. We like to say these skills are timeless. So
Yeah,
although we talk
absolutely.
about them in the context of college and career readiness, they really are skills that can be interchangeable and utilized in a lot of different settings and situations. So I appreciate your take on that. And I love your personal philosophy that is supporting students by meeting them where they are and helping to guide them to where they want to be. And that's exactly what our students need. They need consistent and knowledgeable and personalized guidance and mentoring. And that's where CCR advisors can really make a difference. So, Erin, I appreciate you taking time with us and sharing your perspective from a higher education view, and an advocate for student success, and look forward to continuing our conversations.
Great. Absolutely. Good luck to everyone.
We know that the 6 essential skills promoted by CFES are not the only skills that students need to tap into, but they happen to be the ones that CFES scholars personally find most important for moving toward college, engaging in meaningful experiences while in college, and ultimately helping them become workforce ready. Several of our corporate partners tell us that they can teach new hires how to do a job, but they won't last or succeed in today's workplace without these skills. Let's get some insight from workplace professionals. We live in a world of accelerating change and disruption. Technology, college costs, learning styles, and the entire landscape of post-secondary education and careers all require our students to be agile, work well with others, tap into a strong network, persevere, set goals, and become leaders. These skills are what we want students to practice and develop today for college and career readiness in the future. The CFES Brilliant Pathways team, school educators, mentors, and partners facilitate activities and lead discussions that have been designed to support students in developing these essential skills. Parents and family members can do the same. We view guided gameplay as an opportunity to connect abstract content to an actual behavior change. Post-game reflection and discussion draw connections and build the essential skills. Here is a sample activity that we use to help students practice the essential skills of agility. Many more activities and resources can be found in the member section of the CFES website. Thank you for participating in the Essential Skills session of our CCR Advisor Training for Families. In closing, here are some thoughts I want to leave you with as you prepare your student for future success in college and career. There are a million paths to success. No matter how your child gets there, though, certain things are indispensable, the essential skills, for example. And your child can draw on them their whole life, no matter where they decide to go or what options they pursue. The most successful CFES scholars, those who graduate from college on time and pursue well-paying jobs, are not those with the highest test scores or best grades, but those possessing essential skills such as perseverance, agility, and teamwork. Expose your child to the essential skills and other skills that you feel are important for success. Share the skills that you have utilized in order to find your own pathway. Encourage your child to get involved, both in school and outside of school. When students participate in extracurricular activities, organize sports or clubs, and work experiences, they have more opportunities to practice the essential skills in a variety of settings. This is a great way to help your child be better prepared and aware of how skills can play a role in their success. The essential skills aren't just useful for job and education. You need to use them in every area of your life, throughout your whole life. They are timeless, they won't expire. They are also a vital element in preparing students for success. You can help students define these skills, recognize how they're already being used, encourage the practice of skills on a regular basis, and draw connections for students so that they can be more mindful and apply them to real-life situations. In the following recorded CCR session for families, you will hear more about creating a college and career pathway for your child. This on-demand session will show you how academics, volunteering, interning, job shadowing, and other experiences will help your child become college and career ready.